Hello students, good morning. In the last class we discussed the concept of drift velocity and we arrived at the expression Vd is equals to minus E into capital E bar divided by m into tau, that is drift velocity expression when electric field is applied to the conductor. And next we discussed the microscopic model of electric current, and where we arrived at the expression I is equals to NEA Vd, NEA into Vd, where it is the relation between electric current and drift velocity. And next we get another expression, that is current density J is equals to Ne Vd, and finally we arrived at the expression J bar is equals to sigma into E bar, where sigma is electrical conductivity. So, this is what we studied in the last class. Okay, so today I am going to define another important term, that is mobility of charge carriers. Now, let us discuss what is mobility of charge carriers. Mobility, its symbol is mu. So, now if you take that expression for drift velocity, that is Vd. So, if I take magnitude of drift velocity, neglecting that minus sign, so magnitude of drift velocity is equals to E into capital E into tau divided by m. So, if you see this expression, E charge of electron, m mass of electron, and tau relaxation time, and you can write the magnitude of drift velocity directly proportional to the electric field. So, in this case that the proportionality constant is known as the mobility, that is mu into E, that implies mobility is equals to magnitude of drift velocity per unit applied electric field. So, this is the expression for mobility. That means the value of mu you can obtain it as, if from this expression you can write now taking this drift velocity expression, I told you Vd directly proportional to applied electric field strength, and where the proportionality constant is known as mobility of charge carriers mu, and mobility is equals to ratio of drift velocity to the applied electric field strength. So, that is a drift velocity per unit applied electric field strength. Now, taking drift velocity expression, we have E into tau divided by m, which is into E, that implies from this you can write Vd divided by E, that is equals to E into tau divided by m, that is equals to mu. So, this is the expression for mobility of charge carriers in terms of charge of electron and tau relaxation time and m mass of the particle, that is the mobility. Now, let us define SI units and dimensional formula for this particular physical quantity. SI unit of mobility, SI unit of mobility. So, we know drift velocity. So, velocity dimensions meter per second, and electric field SI unit volt per meter. So, I can write volt per meter in denominator. Now, rearranging this you will get meter square, this meter power minus 1 becomes meter square, meter into meter, meter square per second per volt is the SI unit of the mobility of charge carriers. We know there is another unit for electric field. So, I can also write another unit for mobility also, that is meter per second divided by SI unit of electric field is also Newton per coulomb. So, I can write a Newton per coulomb, that is equals to per Newton meter per second into coulomb. So, this is another unit of the mobility of charge carriers. Now, let us see the dimensional formula of the mobility. Dimensional formula, for the mobility of charge carriers. Now, mobility is given by drift velocity per unit applied electric field. So, velocity dimensional formula L t power minus 1, and electric field strength dimensional formula we know that it is m L t t power minus 3 a power minus 1, because we know electric field is force per unit charge. Force dimensional formula ml t power minus 2 divided by charge dimensional formula at. So, this will be m l t power minus 3 a power minus 1. That is how you can get the electric field dimensional formula. So, using that dimensional formula here, so you can get the dimensional formula for mobility of charge carriers, that will be so L cancel, you will get m power minus 1 and t power minus 3 becomes plus 3, it will be 3 t power plus 2 into a power 1. So, this is the dimensional formula for the mobility of charge carriers, the physical quantity mobility. Now, this is what mobility. Remember this expression, drift velocity, the ratio of drift velocity to the applied electric field strength is called mobility, and it is given by E into tau divided by m, and also you can define it as drift velocity per unit applied electric field, and this is the expression for mobility. Now, let us move on to the next concept, that is Ohm's law, a very important equation throughout the chapter. Now, let us discuss Ohm's law. So, next concept is Ohm's law. First, let me tell you the statement of Ohm's law. According to Ohm's law, the strength of electric current through a given conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference applied across the ends of the conductor. So, for example, if this is the conductor, this is the conductor across which a potential difference of V volts is applied, say V volts of potential difference is applied. Now, let current is in this particular conductor, electric current is I. Now, according to Ohm's law, the strength of electric current I is directly proportional to the potential difference applied across the ends of the conductor, provided temperature and other physical conditions remains constant. Other physical conditions remains constant. So, that is it. So, according to Ohm's law, the current is directly proportional to applied electric potential for the given conductor, provided the temperature and other physical conditions remains constant. Remember, if temperature is not constant, then this equation is not, means this is not going to be a proportionality relation. So, the equation will deviate from the linear relationship. So, because I proportional to V, if you draw graph between I and V, you will get a straight line if temperature remains constant, because if temperature is changing, then this may not be a straight line, it will be somewhat different, it will deviate from the straight line. That is what Ohm's law. So, this must be mentioned while stating the Ohm's law. So, temperature remains constant. Now, taking this expression I proportional to V, or you can say V proportional to I. So, V proportional to I. So, where the proportionality constant in this case is R into I, where R is called electrical resistance of the given conductor. Very important physical quantity, electrical resistance. So, where R is electrical resistance, of the given material. So, now let us get the expression for R. R is equals to V by I. Now, let us focus on this term electrical resistance. electrical resistance means the net opposition to the flow of charge carriers by the material. So, that property of the material is called as electrical resistance, and it is given by ratio of applied voltage to the current through the conductor. Now, let us discuss more about this electrical resistance. So, now electrical resistance, or it is a opposition to the flow of charges is called electrical resistance, and it is given by ratio of applied potential difference to the current through the given conductor. So, V by I is equal to R. Now, let us define SI units for this physical quantity. SI units. So, we know SI units of potential difference volt, and for electric current it is ampere. So, volt per ampere, which is also known as ohm. Symbolically you can write omega. So, this is the SI unit of electrical resistance, volt per ampere, which is also known as ohm, in the name of scientist George Siemens Ohm. Now, dimensional formula for electrical resistance. So, we know the dimensional formula for potential difference is m L square T power minus 3 A power minus 1, because it is work done per unit charge. So, taking that definition, you will get this dimensional formula for voltage divided by current dimensional formula A. Then simplifying this, you will get m L square T power minus 3 A power minus 2 is the dimensional formula for the physical quantity electrical resistance. Now, let us define what is let us define the value of 1 ohm. So, what do you mean by 1 ohm? So, I told you SI unit of electrical resistance is ohm. Now, let us see what is meant by 1 ohm resistance. 1 ohm. So, 1 ohm resistance nothing but, say if a potential difference of 1 volt is applied across a conductor, if potential difference of 1 volt is applied across the conductor, so that 1 ampere current is passing through it, then its electrical resistance is said to be 1 ohm. Then R is equals to 1 volt by 1 ampere, which is nothing but 1 volt per ampere, that is called as 1 ohm resistance. That is how we can define the value of 1 ohm. This is what the statement and the more importantly electrical resistance of the conductor, which is volt per ampere, which is potential difference divided by electrical current through the given conductor. So, now let us discuss how to get the Ohm's law, that is V is equals to IR. So, so far we discussed V is equals to IR. This is known as macroscopic form of Ohm's law, and now by using the microscopic form of Ohm's law, let us try to get the expression V is equal to IR. That is our next concept. Deriving V is equal to IR from J is equal to sigma into E. So, which is nothing but a microscopic form of Ohm's law, and this is V is equal to IR, generally known to be macroscopic form of Ohm's law. Now, let us see how to get V is equal to IR from J is equals to sigma into E. Now, for that let us consider a conductor of length L. Let us say is a conductor of length L. Let length of the conductor is L and its area of cross section is A. Now, this conductor is connected to a potential difference of V volts. So, V volts of potential difference is applied to the conductor. Let A be the area of cross section, A area of cross section, cross sectional area of the conductor is A. So, when a potential difference of V volts is applied, an electric field E is established throughout the conductor, so that a current I will be passing in the conductor. So, current is I. Now, taking that expression for microscopic form of Ohm's law, which is given by J is equals to sigma into E. Remember, here sigma is electrical conductivity of the given material. Now, J is equals to sigma E. Now, J nothing but current density, that is equal to current per unit area, which is I divided by A, current per unit area. And from electrostatics, in electrostatics we studied the relation between electric field and the potential, which is E is equal to V by L, like E is equals to V by D. So, here the total potential difference across the ends of the conductor is V, where electric field is E. So, here L is length. So, I can take between these two ends, electric field is given by potential difference applied divided by the length of the conductor L. So, V by L is electric field. Now, substituting the value of J and E in the equation, you will get J value is I by A, that is equals to sigma into E value V by L, where V is potential difference. Now, rearranging these terms, you will get V, the macroscopic form of Ohm's law, that is V is equal to I into L by sigma into A. So, we know this term 1 by sigma is called as reciprocal of conductivity, that is equal to resistivity of the material rho. So, 1 by sigma can be replaced with rho. So, that can be written as V is equal to some rho into L divided by A into I. So, this is the expression. Now, this term, see again, this term V is equals to I into R form. So, this physical quantity in the brackets rho L by A is nothing but electrical resistance of the material. So, R is equal to, so I can write R is equals to rho L by A, therefore, V is equal to R into I. So, which is the macroscopic form of Ohm's law. Remember, this is the expression for electrical resistance of the material in terms of length of the material, area of cross section, and resistivity of the material. So, which is a very important relation in solving problems for competitive exams. So, R is equals to rho L by A, where rho is electrical resistivity of the material and L is length and A is area of cross section. Now, let us continue with this equation. So, R is equals to rho L by A is the expression for the electrical resistance, and the macroscopic form of Ohm's law is V is equal to IR. V is equal to IR. Now, this expression, from this we can say resistance of the material is directly proportional to length of the material, and resistance of the material is inversely proportional to area of cross section. So, that means resistance depends on the dimensions of the material, that is length and area of cross section. So, R is equals to rho L by A. Remember, here rho is electrical resistivity. Of material. Now, let us continue with the equation R is equal to rho L by A, where rho is electrical resistivity of the material. Now, let us discuss factors affecting the electrical resistance. Factors affecting electrical resistance. Very important concept, factors affecting electrical resistance. So, from this you can say this is resistivity of the material, which is constant for the given material at a given temperature. So, here I can write the first factor, electrical resistance directly proportional to length of the material L, and R is inversely proportional to area of cross section. So, here next factor is resistance depends on temperature. Resistance, electrical resistance depends on temperature of the material. So, later we will discuss this concept in detail. So, how electrical resistance depends on temperature and what is the temperature coefficient of resistance, later we will discuss that concept. And also it depends on material, depends on material. So, it depends on 4 factors, that is it depends on the length, where the resistance directly proportional to length of the material and inversely proportional to area of cross section, and resistance depends on temperature and material. Now, taking this equation, that is R is equal to rho L by A. Now, let us get different forms of this equation. So, the problem may be, so in the problem they will give different data, sometimes they will give volume, sometimes they will give mass of the wire. So, different physical quantities they will give. Based on the given data, we have to select the proper formula for electrical resistance. Now, let us see other forms of this equation, R is equals to rho L by A. So, first this is the first form, that is direct form, R is equals to rho L by A. Now, by taking the first form, let us see how to get the next form of the equation. So, R is equal to rho into L by A, rho into L by A. Now, multiply and divide this equation with length. So, you will get rho L square, rho into L square divided by A into L. So, where A into L nothing but area of cross section into length of the material. So, that length of the wire. So, this will give you volume of the wire. So, I can write this expression as rho into L square divided by volume. So, this is the second form of resistance equation, R is equals to rho into L square by V. Now, you can write the next form by substituting volume in terms of mass and density, that is next form of the equation is R is equal to rho into L square by V, where density of the material is mass by volume. So, where D is density of the given material and M is mass of the material, V is its volume. Now, writing volume in terms of density, V is equal to M divided by D. Substituting V value, you will get the next form, that is R is equal to rho into L square divided by V value M divided by D. So, it will be M and here it will be D. So, that is rho L square D divided by M, where D is density, D is density and M mass of the given wire. So, this is the expression for electrical resistance in terms of density and mass, and rho is electrical resistivity as usual. Next form of the equation, next form of the equation. Now, take the first equation, that is R is equals to rho into L divided by A. Now, multiply and divide with A, you will get rho into A into L is again volume of the wire. So, volume divided by cross sectional area square. So, rho V by A square, again we can use the density definition here. So, V is equals to M divided by D. Using that, you can get R is equals to rho into V value nothing but M by D. So, I can write M divided by A square into D. So, these are different forms of the expression for electrical resistance. So, in terms of area of cross section, density and mass, whereas this one length of the wire, so this one length of the wire, density and mass. So, these are different forms of electrical resistance. Based on the given data mentioned in the problem, we can use any one of these equations. Now, let us move on to the next concept, that is electrical resistivity and its definition. So far we are using this electrical resistivity in all equations. Now, let us see what is exactly the meaning of electrical resistivity of the material and on what factors it depends. Let us discuss that concept. Now, next concept is electrical resistivity. Simply I will write resistivity, or sometimes you can call it as a specific resistance. Specific resistance of the material. So, now we know that resistance R is equals to rho L by A, where L length and A is the area of cross section. Now, from this get the value of electrical resistivity, that is rho is equal to R A divided by L. So, this is the expression for electrical resistivity. So, here we can define SI units and dimensions first, then we will define what is resistivity. Now, first coming to the SI units of electrical resistivity. SI units. So, we know electrical resistance or SI units are ohm into area of cross section, area units meter square divided by length unit meter. So, it will be ohm meter is the SI unit of electrical resistivity, and its dimensional formula is, so dimensional formula for electrical resistance, dimensional formula first electrical resistance dimensional formula we have m L square T power minus 3 A power minus 2 is a resistance dimensional formula into area dimensional formula L square divided by L. So, you can cancel L, then resistivity dimensional formula is m L square T power minus 3 A power m L square, sorry, m L cube T power minus 3 A power minus 2, because L into L square it will be L cube, that is the dimensional formula for electrical resistivity. Now, let us define what is electrical resistivity from this equation. So, rho is equals to R A by L, rho is equals to R A by L, that is resistivity is equals to resistance into area by length. Now, electrical resistivity is defined as, it is the resistance of a material having a unit area of cross section and unit length. Suppose in this equation, if I take area is equal to 1 meter square, that means a material of area of cross section 1 meter square and length of the material 1 meter, that implies resistivity rho becomes R into 1 divided by 1, that means R. So, that means you can say electrical resistivity as the resistance of a material of unit area of cross section and unit length. That is what the definition for electrical resistivity, and its SI unit is ohm meter. So, very important physical quantity, this electrical resistivity. Now, electrical resistivity. So, rho is equals to R A by L, where it is defined as the resistance of the material of unit dimension, that is 1 meter square area and length 1 meter. So, if you take unit length and unit area of cross section for a material, then its electrical resistance is equal to its electrical resistivity at that given temperature. Remember, electrical resistivity is a very important physical quantity, and it is known as the specific property of the material, specific property of the material, and it does not depend on dimensions, does not depend on dimensions of material, that means it does not depend on area and length, because we are defining it for unit length and unit area of cross section. So, it is the materials property. So, it depends on temperature, and next one material, it depends on material and depends on temperature, and also it depends on impurities. That means by adding some impurities to the pure material, we can increase or decrease the electrical resistivity of the material. So, based on this we will discuss more based on this topic, that is adding impurities. We will discuss more in semiconductors chapter, that is doping concept. So, now no need. Now, these are the three things that electrical resistivity depends, that is it depends on it depends on temperature, and it depends on the material, and it depends on the impurities present in the material. And remember, it is a specific property of the material, and it does not depend on dimensions. Okay, now let us see what are the differences between electrical resistance and electrical resistivity. So, let me compare both physical quantities. So, comparison between electrical resistance and resistivity. So, electrical resistance of a material is given by R is equal to V by I, which is nothing but the opposition to the flow of charges in the material, and it is given by ratio of potential difference to the current in the material. And whereas electrical resistivity rho is equals to R A by L. So, R A by L, and the main difference between these two is this is a bulk property of the material, the given material. That means it depends on dimensions, So, as I said, resistance directly proportional to length of the material, and resistance inversely proportional to area of cross section. That means more length, more resistance, more area, less resistance. That means it is inversely proportional to area of cross section of the material and directly proportional to length of the material, whereas this particular resistivity is the specific property of the material, that means it is the material's property, and it does not depend on dimensions, whatever may be the dimensions of the material, resistivity is same for any dimensions, because it is defined per unit area and unit length of the material. That is why it is known as the specific property of the material, which does not depend on dimensions. And another difference is, we can say, is its SI unit is ohm, whereas the SI unit of electrical resistivity is ohm meter. Okay, so these are the differences between the quantity resistance and resistivity. So, remember all these differences, do not have any confusion. Now, let us define some other terms in the chapter which are very important. So, next term is, so we already familiar with this, conductivity, electrical conductivity sigma. So, reciprocal of electrical resistivity is known as electrical conductivity, that is 1 by rho. 1 by resistivity is equal to conductivity. Its SI units are that is reciprocal of units of resistivity, that is 1 divided by ohm meter, that is nothing but per ohm per meter. You can also write this units as we know ohm nothing but OHM. So, ohm inverse per meter, that means if you reverse this it will be MHO per meter. So, this is another unit of the electrical conductivity. So, it is expressed in term in per ohm per meter, or you can also call it as mho per meter. So, this is the SI unit of the electrical conductivity. So, now let us see dimensional formula. Dimensional formula for electrical conductivity is reciprocal of dimensional formula of resistivity, that is 1 divided by resistivity. Dimensional formula we have m L cube T power minus 3 A power minus 2. Now, taking this reciprocal, m power minus 1 L power minus 3 T cube A power 2. So, is the dimensional formula for electrical conductivity. So, this is another physical quantity. Now, let us define next one, that is conductance. So, this is conductivity, which is reciprocal of resistivity. Now, conductance represents with capital G, which is nothing but reciprocal of electrical resistance. Reciprocal of electrical resistance is called as a conductance. So, similarly you can define units for electrical conductance, which are reciprocal of units of resistance, that is 1 by ohm, that is ohm inverse, or you can also write MHO. Just reverse the letters ohm, you will get MHO, which is the SI unit of the electrical conductance. So, that is it, today's concept, and let me revise what we discussed so far in today's class. So, first we started with the mobility definition. Mu is equals to the ratio of drift velocity to the applied electric field, and then we discussed the concept of Ohm's law. That is V is equals to R into I, where R is electrical resistance, and then we derived this V is equals to R into I from the relation sigma. So, J is equals to sigma into E, and then we get the expression for resistance R is equals to rho into L divided by A, which is very important relation for solving problems in competitive exams. R is equals to rho L by A, and I told you different forms of this equation in terms of mass, density and volume, in terms of mass, density and length. So, I told you different forms of this equation, which are very important once again, and then we discussed some definition, that is electrical resistivity and its SI units, and electrical conductivity and its SI units and dimensional formula, and then we discussed the definition of electrical conductance. So, this is what we discussed in today's class. So, all concepts are very important in today's class, just to go through all of them.